Welcome to On The Bit. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodstock. How are you, Lenny?
Good, Dave.
That's good, mate. Tough week last week, mate. The weather played havoc with the races towards the end of the day. But we're looking forward to bouncing back this weekend with Rosehill on Saturday and a big night at Moonee Valley Friday night. First, mate, we go to the Group 1 on Friday night at Moonee Valley, the Weight for Age William Reid Stakes over 1,200 metres. And interesting race with some question marks over the favourite, mate. Over the favourites, who do you like?
Well, I'm sticking with the horse that I've picked its last two starts, and she hasn't saluted for me. That's Samaretti.
Yeah.
Ran really well in the Lightning. Was a little disappointing, or was disappointing in the Newmarket.
Yeah, sure.
I think back around the turn here at the Valley is really going to help her. She's obviously going well because her first up run was good. So I think back to the 1,200 here. The demolition job that she did on buffering, I can't forget.
Yep.
The weight for age scale here compared to the handicaps really suits her. She's meeting Sham Express, Spirit of Boom and Unpotential.
Yeah.
Much better on weights, so that's really going to suit her. The Barrier 1's probably a negative, but Froggy Newitt rides her well, and I think you'd be able to negate that. So she's on the bit for me.
I can really see the 3-year-old filly Thump with Jimmy Cassidy aboard dictating this race here from the front. She just may get away with a few cheap sectionals over the first 600 metres of the race, so I'm banking on that being the case. They won't go too hard, and I think Thump would be really hard to run down in this race on a track that she's already raced and won on as well. I love Jimmy Cassidy on a front runner, and I think the $7 each way is very attractive to me, so I want to be on the bit with her. Saturday, mate, the first of the Group 1s at Rosehill is the Weight for Age Rampant Stakes over 2,000 metres. And yeah, who do you like in the Rampant, mate?
Well, it's a mouth-watering clash in between Fiorento and It's a Done Deal. I think it's between them two. I'm in Fiorente's camp. I think he's the best horse in Australia.
Yep.
Over a trip. His 2 runs this time in have been sensational. He's had no right to really win. And he's just kept finding the line. I think he does have that fitness edge on It's a Done Deal. Carlton House will lead. I don't think he's going to have that much pressure. Fiorento's sort of behind him. Where It's a Done Deal is going to get from Barrier 1, might get shunted back on the fence. So the prospect of a wet track doesn't faze Fiorento either. Is one start on a slow for a win. So 275, I'll be banking on him winning.
Yeah, now Dad, he's going to be very hard to beat. I might have gone off a little bit early last start with It's a Done Deal, but I reckon second up is where the real It's a Done Deal steps up. So just didn't have his usual sprint last start when Bovan ranged up, and but he fought it out to the line. I expect him to take huge improvement from that run. His main target is the Queen Elizabeth in 4 weeks' time, so I just think he's going to be really close to his peak fitness here. He's got to go up to the BMW next start over 400 metres, so he's going to really going to start to warm up with his fitness. So Murray Baker, outstanding preparer of horses, and I'm sure he'll be ready. Yeah, I'm expecting the track to be slow, so I like, as I said, I don't think It's a Done Deal will be disadvantaged by the slow track either. He might help him just getting a bit of a cover up a bit early and let him explode late. I am expecting Hawkesbury to run a good race in this race too. He's had 2 runs under his belt, and I really think when he raced in Melbourne, he didn't handle the Melbourne way of going, so I think going back to Sydney has really helped him. Yeah, I just think he might be a knockout horse at the $12 each way, and I'd throw him into your quaddies. Next is the Group 1, the Coolmore Classic for fillies and mares over 1,500 metres, mate, and always a nice race, and I bet you I know where you're going with this one, Lenny.
Yeah, well, probably tipping with my heart instead of my head, Dave.
Yeah.
She's Catkins has got 58 and drawn up by a wide gate, but she's a very good mare. I think she's high class. She'll be able to, the 1,500 metre start at Rosehill, there's a really long run to the first turn, so I think she'll just sort of gradually slide across. She's carried big weights before. She carried 59 in the Tessio Stakes at Moonee Valley and won well. She's won 2 from 2 this prep. Warwick Farm last week, she just toyed with them, and Rosehill, she really had to fight to the line. The prospect of rain, that really helps her chances, and 440 on offer. I think I'll be taking that, and I'll be taking the $12 on offer in a Doncaster because I think she's a really good lightweight chance.
Absolutely. Again, I think the slow track really brings in a horse with strong staying qualities here, and for that reason I'm actually going with Royal Descent in this race. She tends to get back in the field, but she's got Natural Willer on her, who's got a good record on her. He may actually try and settle a bit closer. As you say, it's a long run to the first turn, so he may be able to get in. And she's third up, and I think she'll be really peaking in this race. She was caught out a bit last start when they sprinted, but she really worked home the last 200. I think the step up to the 1600 is going to suit her, and a lot more than her rivals as well. And I think she'll be strong late, and I think it's in the last 100 she might win this race, and I'm prepared to take the $12 each way. I just think she's really great value in this race compared to Catkins.
No, she's a very good mare.
And both from the Waller camp, so they're both going to be primed for this. Stable news, Lenny. What's been happening this week?
Just busy with the yearlings purchase, Dave, and trying to do a few deals and things, so I've been pretty busy. Yeah.
Well, we flew up to the Gold Coast last Sunday and looked at over 30 or so colts in their March Magic Millions sale, and one stood out to us, didn't he, mate?
He certainly did. We saved the best till last. We were going home and we seen him, and
that's true. Yeah,
all over it.
He was the last horse we saw.
No, he was the best colt there. So.
A colt by Magic Albert out of Livonia. He's a half brother to the exciting filly named Jaffles that won her first race at Moonee Valley impressively. She was a raging hot favourite that day. She's been put away and saved for the pretty much for the spring. He was the best colt in the sale, and we really weren't going to go home without him, and we were successful in outbidding 5 other interested parties.
I think just quickly, I think that colt, if he had been in Magic Millions January, he would have made probably 50% more than what he made, maybe a little bit more. He was just in a sale where there wasn't a big buying bench.
That's
so
right,
it worked in our favour.
So he still ended up being the sale topper. A good moving athletic colt. We believe he's a real Guineas type of colt in the spring, and so exciting times ahead for him, and he's available at $4,000 a share, from $4,000 a share, so you can contact me on 0416 105 666 if you're interested. But more importantly, this Sunday, the 23rd of March, is our yearling parade at the English Sales Complex at Oaklands Junction. That's 285 Oaklands Road, Oaklands Junction to be precise. Starts at 10:30, goes to about 2 p.m. You can see all 5 of our new yearlings being paraded, including the Magic Albert colt that we purchased last week, and the Magnus filly. That's a full system to Miss Promiscuity. We'll have some giveaways, a barbecue, some refreshments, and Inglis has organised some kids activities. So it's a fun day out for family and friends. Everyone is welcome. It's free entry. So come along and join us, and spend a bit of time having a look around and watching the yearlings parade. We're also offering a competition this week, a Facebook competition. So you need to go to Facebook and give this answer. The answer to the quiz is Magic Albert and Magnus. So you need to put that in the comments on our Facebook page. So you need to like Dream Thoroughbreds and put that comment in. And there's 2 tickets to Moonee Valley members tomorrow night for the William Reid Stakes. The Group 1 William Reid Stakes. If you can't make it, the actual tickets can be used at any other meeting to the end of the season. Best on breeding, Lenny. What's your best on breeding?
Dave, I was actually hoping my best on breeding was running in Sydney, because we were going to get a price.
Yeah, that's right.
It's running in Melbourne now, so you won't get much of a price, but she is the best on breeding this week.
Yeah.
That's Solicit. She never went through the sales ring, but if she had, she would have brought a big figure. She's by the champion Street Cry, who's signed 72 stakes winners, including Shocking. Her female family is really impressive. She's out of Princessa, who was herself stakes placed by Danehill, and she's out of the Group 1 winner in Catchat. She's herself a 3/4 sister to Capiro. Princessa has already produced the Group 3 winner in Star of Giselle, who was also a filly. So this is a family that's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah, she's an outstanding filly. A couple of value bets. Sandown on Saturday. I really like race 8, number 1, Danny the Fox. Great record second up. He was just caught short of fitness first up. He's run his last 4 races at group level, a couple at group 1 level, drops back in class to an open handicap here. He just seems over the odds to me at $7.50 fixed, so want to be all over him on Saturday. And Moonee Valley tomorrow night, she's not outstanding value, but race 6 number 2 Floria just looks a standout bet to me based on the speed map. She'll be stalking the speed. She was again caught out with a little bit of shorter fitness first up. She's $3.50 fixed. I think she's just a 1 out leg of the quaddie tomorrow night. So $3.50, $4, I want to be all over her. On the bit special, Lenny. Who's your on the bit special this week?
No value this week, Dave. We're just going for the win. Race 4, number 1 Earthquake.
Yep, in Sydney.
In Sydney. Very short. She's $1.95, but just take it. This filly's very special. She's unbeaten in 3 starts. Snowdens know what they've got. I think she'll go there and win this week and go on and as long as she stays sound and well, win the slipper. She's pretty high class for mine.
Yeah, she's outstanding. I was going to make solicit my on the bit special. She's $1.75 fixed. I thought it was a little bit skinny, so I don't see how they can beat her. I just think she's a quality filly. She could have went to Sydney and won any one of those races in Sydney. They've taken the easy option tomorrow night. But if you do get $2 any time during the night, I'd have the kids' tuition fees on her and just load up. So I'm actually going to make mine the bit special. Another horse at Moonee Valley tomorrow night, race 2, number 8 Metaphor. This filly's flying at the moment. I think she again gets a nice run just off the speed, and I just think she'll win again. She's $3 fixed, and I think she's on the bit this week. Off the bit, Lenny, who are we laying this week, mate?
We're going to not Moonee Valley, Sandown on Saturday. Race 4, number 6 Written.
Yep.
He's taking on the males here. She is in a 3-year-old handicap. She's jumping from a benchmark 3-year-old 70 race where she was beaten under a length. She's taking on a couple of group perform colts at the top of the weights here, and she's drawn extremely poorly in 16 for a non-pacer, so there's a few things against her. She's $4.20 in the market, and I think she's a bit of a risk there, so she's off the bit for me.
I'm off the bit with, I've been picking on this filly a bit, but I'm going to lay her again. Rose Hill, race 9, number 9 Guelph. Again, she's come up favourite in a race against the males. I just don't think she's come up this autumn. I think last year she had a big autumn. She had a big spring. She won a lot of good races, but I just reckon it might have taken a bit of the edge off her. So I'm going to lay her again, and I think she's off the bit. So yeah, it's a big weekend of racing. Friday, Saturday. We've got the open day Sunday, so I hope to see as many people out there as possible. And I'll put the address details of Oakland's Junction on the credits tonight after the on the bit. So hope to see you at Friday night at Moonee Valley.
For sure.
And yeah, hope you're back a winner. See you later.
Cheers.